So an interesting thing happened, right? So I drank last night with my friend. I'll call her Dr. M. I had like 4 milk stouts, and it was okay. And I woke up this morning and I'm okay. No depression, no nothing. And there was this hurricane and there were these... Remember, I was outside and I was sitting in the hurricane and no shirt on or anything like that. No shoes, and it was just, I just had my, just a pair of gym shorts on. I was just sitting in this chair in this like tropical storm, like mini hurricane tropical storm thing. Some people said it was a hurricane category 1. Some people said it was whatever the hell it was, but it was there were these yellowish brown clouds. They were like purplish yellow brown, just flying over me. And I was like, the colors were phenomenal. Like they just, the colors of the clouds. It's like so beautiful. And then I had this one friend, and he's been pursuing this girl. But the girl has really bad habits. She likes to go out to restaurants. She likes to drink a lot. She smokes cigarettes. And so I got a message from my friend, because he'd been spending the last 2 nights with this person. And whenever you get with somebody that likes to drink a lot and has bad habits, you're going to most likely pick up those bad habits, because that's what they enjoy doing. If I date a yogi, right? Say I date somebody that is really into fitness, is into yoga, likes to work out, likes to eat healthy, doesn't like to do drugs, only likes to drink wine probably like once every week, doesn't smoke. We're going to most likely have a pretty healthy relationship. We're both going to have very good habits. And we're probably not going to fight that much if we help each other heal and we're both healed. But if you drink with somebody a lot, and I'm not saying this happens for everybody, because some people, they don't fight when they drink. But some people, when they fight and they haven't healed yet, or if they're not helping each other heal, they might have the tendency to get into more fights. And last night, the text that I got from my friend, it was about that. And, and he just started trying to be with this person. And I didn't really have an answer for him at the time. It took me... Sometimes I need to process things. I need to process who the person is, who both people are, what their habits are, what they enjoy doing, what the causes of them doing what they enjoy doing are, and how they will be affected by the things that they enjoy doing. if the things that they enjoy doing are toxic or will cause them to not be themselves, or, you know, jump out of themselves. Like if they're drinking, and they haven't healed properly, they might get angry, or they might start crying, or they might become sad or upset because they're not fully in control of their emotions because the alcohol has taken over. And this morning I realized what I had to say to my friend. And what I had to say was from the movie Rocky. I think Rocky was from like 1977, 1976. And Rocky was coming home from training for his boxing match. And he ran into this kid that was from his neighborhood. And the kid was hanging out with kids that were kind of criminals. They did drugs, they smoked cigarettes, and like they drank. And Rocky, you know, he knew that the kid was a good kid, and he never really hung out with that kind of crowd before. He never hung out with kids that did drugs and drank and, you know, broke into houses and that kind of thing. So Rocky came up to the kid and he was just like, "What are you doing hanging out with these kids?" And the kid was like, "These are my new friends. I like these kids. Like, I like hanging out with these kids." Paraphrasing, by the way. And Rocky said, like, he's like, "You need to stop hanging out with these kids. Because if you hang out with these kids, you can become one of these kids. You're going to be doing drugs, and you're going to be drinking, and you're going to be, like, breaking into houses, and you're going to get arrested, and your life's going to just, like, come, you know, crashing down. Your life's going to be terrible." He's like, if you hang out with punks, you become a punk. If you hang out with drug addicts, you become a drug addict. If you hang out with, like, people that like to study and like to go to the library, then you're going to get book smart, and you're going to go to a good school. You know, if you hang out with athletes that, like, have good habits, you know, you're just going to play sports all the time. So the people you spend time with pretty much is what you're going to become. The people you spend time with are the people you're going to get wrapped up in things with. And if you're dating somebody that is always causing drama, or likes to fight, or likes to argue, that's going to be your new life. That's going to be your new life. Who you choose to surround yourself around, that's going to be your new life. That's why it's really important, you know, for me to surround myself around really healthy people, very loving people, people that are kind, people that are empathetic, people that are always there for me, people that I could trust, people that don't talk about other people or don't get involved with drama, people that have good habits. You know, like a lot of my friends, they'll drink occasionally, you know, and some of my friends don't drink at all. A lot of my friends don't even do drugs, you know, so it's just like, and they have good habits, you know, they like to work out, they like to do yoga, you know, they like to dabble in spirituality and psychology and that kind of thing. You know, and a lot of my friends, they're interested in healing, you know, and growing as a person. And, you know, and if you want to heal and grow, you're going to want to try to pick up some of those people to be around, you know. Like, about a month and a half ago, I really got wrapped up in drugs, like, big time. Like, I mean, like, you know, from, like, mushrooms to, you know, the edibles and marijuana and all this other stuff. And, like, man, I crashed. Like, it got to the point where, like, I was just like, oh my fucking God. Because, you know, I realized that I realized that my life was becoming, every day was becoming more and more of a nightmare. And eventually, hopefully a person will have an awakening where they recognize the nightmare and step out of the addiction and step out of the nightmare. And then you find yourself in a place where, like, every day isn't a nightmare anymore. Like, the days start to become good again. You know, I've always struggled with alcohol. You know, I have like a kind of, like, I'm starting to create like this 4 beer limit. But I usually only drink with women now. Like, if a friend wants to meet and drink with me, like, and she's a girl, I'll drink with her. I usually enjoy drinking more with women than I do men anyways, because, like, I don't know. Men are cool and all, but I'll have like 1 beer with a man, but, you know, there's no reason to have like 3, 4, 5, 6 beers with a man. Because, you know, not to be like, you know, all sexy or anything like that, but if you're drinking with a woman, you have like 4 or 5, like, you know, 6, 7 beers with a woman, or wine with a woman, you're gonna, you know, end up making out and having a good time with each other. You know, I'm not gonna do that with a man, because I'm not on that side of the fence, I guess you could say. But, you know, and the person I was hanging out with last night, that's not why we were doing it. We were doing it because, like, you know, we were drinking because we hadn't seen each other in like 6 weeks. I haven't seen that person in forever, and we're like best friends. So she wanted to, like, just fucking celebrate and drink and just fucking chill, because it was a goddamn hurricane outside. It's fucking awesome. Hurricanes are dope as shit. Yeah, man, so, yeah, fuck it. I hope you guys are having a great day, man. I hope you had a good weekend. And I hope you're doing well, man. I'm starting to really enjoy making these videos. Because I think that, like, the more and more I get into them, the more and more I'm, like, starting to create, like, free thinkers. You know, I mean, like, you know, not just for people, but for myself, you know. I mean, like, the more and more you talk about being a free thinker, or the more and more you talk about growing, and the more and more you listen to or hear somebody speak about being a free thinker and growing, the more and more the concept is put into your mind, and you're like, oh, yeah, you know, like, life is fucking cool, man. It's fucking cool, but I think a lot of it has to do with who you surround yourself around. And I think that's what, you know, what was the issue with my friend last night. And I really can't wait to talk to him. I'm really worried about him, because I messaged him back like twice, and I tried to call him, but, like, he wasn't picking up, and he never does that, so hope he's fucking okay, man. Getting into relationships, man, getting with the right person is so goddamn important, man. It's so goddamn fucking important. Like, you really have to be smart about that shit. You gotta really be choosy. You gotta, like, really think about the person's habits. Don't get into a relationship just because you think somebody's hot, or you think or just because you're horny or something like that. Because that's when you enter the danger zone. Because that person might be a manipulator, or a narcissist, or, like, abusive, or all over the place emotionally, or controlling, or dramatic, or, you know, fucking have the wrong habits, like drinking habits, whatever the fuck it is, man. Or they might just be mean and abusive. They might just, like, they might just be a nasty person. God, man, it's so important to just, like, wait, and just, like, fucking wait and put on the brakes. So, yeah. But, yeah, guys, thank you so much for everything. And I hope you're spending time around loving people that you enjoy spending time with. And hope you're doing things that you love to do. And I hope you're okay. And, yeah. Tea and coffee, man. Tea and coffee. Alright, guys, thank you so much. Have a good one. Later.